Hi guys, how are you?
Doing good. Doing good. Thanks.
So to start, obviously going into season three is a completely different relationship for both of you to kind of explore because we went through how it was established and then the upheaval in season two. What has been the joy of kind of getting to see them reconnect while also going through something very, very traumatic within season three?
Yeah. Meredith, you wanna?
All you, baby.
Okay. Um, no, can you take it? I just had a brain fart and forgot
You
to.
got it. Yeah, I could talk
Sorry.
about this. I could talk about this all day because this relationship is so fulfilling to live out as an actor. Our marriage on the show is, it's like every season they add a new color to the palette of like how we interact with each other. And I love the comedic aspect of how we fight, because I think that's real and it's a part of working relationships is going through periods where you're just out of sync. But coming to this season, we've been like at odds about things in season one. We've dealt with our own separate, like, I had to find my own sense of home and belonging in season two. And season three, I feel like it there's so many opportunities to deepen our relationship. Like for Kate, she's going through something that she doesn't know how to fix. She doesn't know how to solve because it's coming from inside. And it's just the sense that something is wrong. And she leans on Ben. She leans on him for support in this way because the normal stuff of like, I can fix it from the outside isn't working. It's not working. So yeah, it's been a real joy to add this new dynamic between us, to the, the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. And it's definitely new territory for Ben. He's always kind of been in the relationship relying on Kate to take care of things and fix things. And now that Kate is having this experience, not wanting to live in the house and seeing these owls and just feeling these afraid feelings that Ben has always been the one dealing with. He has to kind of grow beyond some of his own insecurities and fears to, help his wife and his partner. And it was fun to get the chance to kind of step up to the plate of that challenge a little more in this season.
All right, this question is for both of you. So in the premiere, especially, we kind of see Kate and Ben navigating the aftermath of their abductions. What can we expect as the season unfolds and when they discover what truly happened?
Meredith, do you want me to go? I don't mean to kicking it to you. I just don't want to jump
No,
in.
I mean, I'm just thinking, I'm like trying to be a little cagey and not spoil anything, but I think you know, this season you get to see two people who have this sense of unease, one for a way longer time, for his whole life, and one for for a shorter amount of time, but you these two people with a great sense of unease, um, be have to just have to go through the devastating discovery of what has actually been happening and what that means, and then figuring out how they're going to fight that, what they're going to do about it, and taking that on as a team. So yeah, which is, I can't tell you what they do to sort of deal with the situation, but um, that's one of my favorite aspects of working on this season, was getting to share in that with Levi, and then our characters figuring out how we were going to fight and what skills of ours we were going to use to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And I just to add to that a little bit, it was cool when Chris told me about what was happening, that I'm getting abducted at the end of season two. Just kind of it helped put together a lot of, for me at least, why Ben is the way he is. Why
Mhm.
he is always so afraid of everything. It's because he's been having this super traumatic experience with these abductions since he was a kid, and although he doesn't remember any of it, it's still buried in his subconscious. And so, kind of both of us, it's a newer experience for Kate, but both of us putting together these pieces and figuring out what's going on, and just the weight of that, and how we're going to deal with what's going on was a cool twist, I thought.
Yeah. Next, what Meredith, it's for you, but now it kind of ties with what Levi just said. The comedy in that first episode with everything that's going on with them is kind of Kate hearing about the owls and then instantly being like, I don't want to live in this house. Like, that to me is funny because it's relatable. Like, you hear like, oh yeah, this is a superstition. You're like, well, now I don't ever want to walk on a crack because my mom's back's gonna break or what. Like, that kind of level of superstition played onto her where she's like, I have to uproot everything. Getting to play with that fear, as Ben always kind of had to. What for you was the fun of getting to have those new layers to her where she does get to dive into like that side of like super fear now in season 3?
Yeah, it's great because it's such a good marriage of this new like episode 1 is such a good roll into like how, this the beginning of this change, this sea change in her. And it's like her first instinct at feeling this sense of being unnerved and seeing these owls and not feeling right. Her first instinct is to do what she always does, which is to be like, okay, well, there's a problem. Let's identify it and then let's fix it. Great. So the problem is owls and they're coming to the house. Well, we're not going to live here. Like, we'll just live somewhere else. That's the problem, So it was fun because it fits right into my characters, the scope of character, right? But it adds this new element of the why, which is like, she doesn't even know it, it's this unconscious thing going on, but the way she starts dealing with it is very in line with the person who we've seen in the past 2 seasons. But that won't work out because it's not coming from the outside, it's coming from inside. So it was joyful. It was like, oh, this really fits me. And it's a great launching off point for me having to eventually really turn the eye on myself and say, something is not right. And I feel that, and I don't know what to do about it. I can't fix it the way I want to fix it.
Melody, if you want to jump in with one more question.
Okay. So this is for Levi. Kate tells Ben in the premiere that she wants to sell the house. What do you think was running through his mind at that moment?
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yeah, definitely from a financial aspect, he's like, oh my God, can't afford to buy another house right now. But also, he grew up in the house. It's his family home, and he's the mayor of the town. And so, maybe there isn't a lot of homes for sale in Patience. It's a small town. So he's like, are we gonna have to move? Or are we gonna have to move across the country? Do I have to get a new job? Like, maybe I can diffuse this before it spirals further out of control.